somehow Swedes, every time I've ever talked to Swedes, there's some Swedish guys at my office too, and I had this experience the first time I talked to them. They bring up political shit, and they start talking about how horrified they are at like the fucked up policies of their country because they're too right wing. And I'm not kidding you. Like at my work, this happened. That this guy immediately started talking to me about the Swedish Democrat Party, which is, I guess, the right wing party there. This guy was talking about how like Sweden's becoming more racist and
daily reminder. Daily reminder.
What's that?
I said daily reminder. In Sweden, it's considered racist to fly the Swedish flag unless like it's a soccer game.
Yeah, no, I know. and like,
same thing in Germany.
Yeah,
and then he was also saying like the U.S. is really fucked up, and I didn't know. First of all, he said that to me, and he felt like okay, like he without even knowing what I think. I thought that was kind of weird, but I guess it's like it's just they're so used to constantly signaling up there that they can't stop. And I think one of the ways they signal to each other is talking about how fucked up the U.S. is. Like they think that we are like insane, like they think that we're crazy. Like gun nuts wanting to kill black people because they're getting this media narrative with no context. So they think that there's like these right-wing racist Klansmen that are just like mowing down black people and like care nothing but to make money and pollute the environment and shoot blacks. Like they have this totally distorted view of what America is like and what Americans are like. And I don't know, it's interesting talking to Swedish people from Sweden. I mean, there are some right-wing Swedes, but like you're most likely going to get a complete cuck. And this guy's like talking about how one thing that was very interesting is he talked about how Sweden was having a lot of immigration and it was great. And he was working with these Syrian guys, and they're entering his trade. He was a carpenter. And how great it is to work with them, and they're such great workers, and they want to come to Sweden. They want to be Swedish and contribute to the economy and all. And I was like, I was trying not to like facepalm this whole time. But the one group he was willing to say bad shit about was the gypsies. And gypsies, everyone in Europe fucking hates them, right? Like
that's true.
Even the Swedish are willing to say they hate the gypsies because they've got experience with them and they know what they're like. So you can convince a Swede that like Dindus didn't do nothing. The Dindus are okay because they didn't do anything. But they have experience with gypsies, so they know that gypsies suck.
Yeah. And that kind of reflects the conversations I've had with Germans here. I've experienced maybe 2 or 3 truly anti-American tirades against me during my almost 3 years here in Germany. The most common question I get is, why are there still such bad race relations between whites and blacks in America? And because of my current employment position and because of the laws here in Germany, I have to be very careful about my answer to that. Yeah. I could tell them the truth. I tell them the truth, but in a very neutral way. I say there has been a lot of bad blood between whites and blacks since slavery that really has never gone away, and both sides have had problems really coming to table and actually resolving problems, and that's about as much as I can lie.